In this Masterworks tutorial, I'll be demonstrating how a prime consultant can create an estimate for their sublet. The first thing I need to do is click on my consultant estimate and click Edit. I'll expand open this folder on the left-hand side and click on Sublet List. I have a sublet to the Sigma company. I want to go in and edit it. Click the check mark and click Edit. I'll expand open the folder on the left-hand side and expand it open one more time and click on this project ID. Since I am subletting a subsurface exploration task to the Sigma company, I'm going to be performing a rate card that is cost per unit. So I'll click on this rate card tab and add a new rate card by clicking on New. I click on the ellipses for resource classification, and I will filter for a materials pavement technician. Change this to contains, and I'll just search for the word materials and click filter. This is the resource I want. I'll click it and hit select. The rate card type is NA. I will then click in the add for the key staff, and I will select this user called cost per unit task. We are requesting that you have a user named cost per unit or cost per unit task whenever doing a cost per unit basis of payment estimate. This comes from the key staff library. I'll click select to add it. Just a quick recap of where that key staff comes from. This is the Sigma company, who is my sublet, and this is that key staff person. If this person doesn't exist, you will need to click this new button to add the key staff person of cost per unit task. Now back to the prime screen creating the sublet estimate. The current rate in dollars is going to be $0. Moving on, we'll click on the Escalation Details tab at the top. Click to the left of the resource classification and click Edit. For the indirect cost percent, I do need to make a selection here, so I'll click on the ellipses and select Geotechnical Engineering and click Select. This does not come into play with the calculation below, but it's required by the application. I'll scroll down and add in the escalation details by clicking Add. There's no pay increase, so we leave that at 0. The date of increase, I'll select today's date, and then percent of work at current rate is 100%. And then click Save. And then click Save here at the top. Then back to Employee Details, click on that tab. At the bottom, we have the resource name and the percent contribution on project. Click this line and click Edit. Put in 100% and click Save. Click Save at the top. Currently, the rate card status is not final, and we need to finalize it. So we'll click to the left and click Mark as Final, and click OK when this warning message comes up. Now onto the direct labor cost. Click on that tab, and I see the one task available for me. It's requested at this time to only put your cost per unit tasks in one task. The information clearly outlining what you will be doing will be an attachment on the Sublet Estimate Details page. For now, click on the link to the left of the task and click Edit. You are free to update this task and this description, further highlighting the specific things you will be doing. In this instance, I'm just going to leave it alone. For if authorized, I will select No, and basis of payment, I will select cost per unit. I scroll down and click Add, and I see my finalized rate card for my materials pavements technician. Select it and click Select. The rate in dollars is going to be the entire amount that your estimate is for, so this could be a very large number. In this instance, I'm going to click in here and put in $5,000 and click away to see that the change has been registered. and I will just put in a 1 here. The quantity in hours will always be 1. And the total cost of my estimate is now $5,000. As I highlighted earlier, your supporting documentation will be important in highlighting how the $5,000 in your estimate came to be. For now, though, we need a simple total amount here and a 1 here to give us the total estimate of the work that you are doing. I'll click Save and then click Back. And that's that. That's a simple cost per unit basis of payment in Masterworks. Note, this is the same way that Masterworks does estimates for real estate, drilling borings, sign structures, and a few other types of contract functions that have a cost per unit basis of payment. Finally, I need to upload the document highlighting how I got to this estimate. I click on the Sublet Estimate Details tab, scroll down, click Upload Document, navigate to my document, click on it, click Open, and it uploads. Give it a title that is meaningful. I'm just going to call mine Supporting Docs, and click Save. Then the last little thing I need to do is click on this sublet list. Note, this is still in the draft status, meaning the sublet firm, the Sigma company, still cannot see the estimate. I am doing the estimate on behalf of them, so I need to mark it as scope finalized first. So I'll click to the left here, select Actions, Scope Finalized. I'll click OK. And then just to show you how this won't work, I'll click again and click Select Actions and click Publish and click OK. Note, I get the error in the upper right. We want the sublet firm, even if the prime is creating the estimate for them, to be the one that submits in Masterworks. That way we'll have a history of who performed what actions within the application. At a very minimum, the sublet needs to at least look at the number and agree with it and publish in Masterworks. I'll pull up my other browser where I'm logged in as the Sigma company. I'll click on the Solicitation module, expand open the Negotiation folder, click on Consultant Estimate. I will click on this consultant estimate that is now available for me to view and click Edit. I'll expand open this folder and click on Sublet List. Click on my sublet estimate here and click Edit. Expand open the folders on the left and click on this project ID. Even if the prime consultant created the estimate for me, there is still one thing that I need to do that they cannot do, which is to go to this direct labor cost tab. I'll click Mark Final. Now I can go back to the consultant estimate by clicking on this sublet list folder. Click on my estimate, select Actions, and Publish, and click OK, and click OK again. The final step for the prime consultant is to accept this published estimate. I'll go back to the prime estimate. I'll refresh my screen here, and I'll see the workflow status is now published. I can now review that estimate, but since I put it in for the Sigma company and they published it back to me, I'm confident that I'm going to just mark the negotiation as completed by clicking Select Actions and marking Negotiation Completed and clicking OK. And now this estimate is ready for whenever the prime consultant, the Alpha company, is ready to publish. If you have any questions regarding creating an estimate for your sublet or a cost per unit basis of payment estimate, please contact the Masterworks inbox.